Today at the Earth+Flax studio, we're going to be prepping our sheathing. And our sheathing choice, instead of a typical plywood or OSB, is going to be pine tongue and groove. Conventional, nothing special, just pine tongue and groove. Instead of many conventional systems, we're going to use this wood substrate with all its strength, and we're going to be adding our linseed oil paint to the surfaces. This is going to give us moisture protection, as sort of anti-fungal properties, and it's vapor permeable, so we're not going to be trapping moisture. It is January 2025 and it's a bit chilly outside, so we're going to be pre-applying indoors. We're going to do our best to sort of keep this space warm. And thankfully, these are surfaces that are not going to be visible. It's going to be far back in our wall system. So it's okay that it takes quite a long time to dry. It doesn't need to be a perfect application. But in a perfect world, we want to be applying our linseed oil paint in 60 degrees or warmer temperatures. That's not the case for us today. So we made sure our paint cans are at least room temperature or warmer. We've kept them by a radiator overnight so that the oil isn't viscous. We've got good flow. It's going really well today. Actually, I was a little bit nervous. And as a cheat, we are using small rollers. We're trying not to overload the roller. We want a relatively thin, even coat, especially since we are not working in the perfect conditions, and it's certainly not in the 60 degrees or warmer. So if you're in this situation, I'd try to talk you out of it, but here I am, trying to kind of get things done. And it's typical when you're in a building project. Make sure your paint is room temperature or warmer. Make sure you are applying thin, even coats. Make sure you have a drying system. We're thankfully got a lot of space here, and we can lean the boards up, and they're going to be out of the way, and they can take as long as they need to dry fully. And we do need them to be dry fully before we can stack them, move them, and install them on site. So even in these chilly conditions, it's quite amazing how much coverage we can get out of our linseed oil paint. So this is just one roller full, and let's see how far we get. Not too bad. And let's see what's left in the roller. Pretty good. So as I've mentioned before, these aren't ideal conditions. We still, as we're using this roller, want to ensure thin, even coats. Often I'll tell people, if you do use a roller, you want a back brush. Because this pine is so thirsty, even in these chilly conditions, we're seeing really good absorption. So as long as we're working really hard to roll out the paint, not overload the roller, it seems like we're going to do, we're seeing good results with this application method. So just make sure you're not applying too much. You're really rolling out the paint with the roller, and look at it. Make sure that you're not applying too much. You'll visually be able to see that, and that will sort of dictate your best practices.